let's move on to actually
Who's
we're gonna
that?
do we're gonna do the most unbiased opinion about this roster because both of us, Octo and myself, are from the WPL. So
Mm,
Octo, you actually helped him quite a bit with this draft and planning as well, which I
yeah.
thank you for as well because I think every league should rally together and give your rep as much support as humanly possible when it comes to potential moves, planning, strategizing, things like that. I feel like when groups band together, I feel like it just gives them such a better chance to compete as well. So I'm really hoping that the WPL really supports Vitor in,
Um,
in
I
in
would
that
I
sense.
would say continues to support because he's already been in consultation with a lot of us, and I'm thankful to him for keeping an open mind, and I'm thankful to everyone else who has also been trying to support Vitor in any way they can. Um, if I may offer a slight counterpoint,
Hmm.
since this was my role partially, I sent him a pre-approved list. So if he picked any Pokemon on there, I probably wasn't going to argue it. And the reason why is because I have a pretty clear idea of how Vitor plays, and I I also draft Pokemon who I end up not using. I don't think the reason why is that they don't suit my playstyle. It's usually there's something else going on. But with him, I've noticed he has picked up Pokemon and then not used them. And I'm like, oh my god, like trade them to me,
I know
which you
exactly who
won't,
you're talking about. I
which
know
you won't.
exactly which one.
Yeah. So I want to make sure that he's picking up Pokemon who suit his playstyle. So if he doesn't use them, the reason isn't because they don't have anything to do with his playstyle. If he picks up a Pokemon who doesn't suit his playstyle, I don't think he's ever going to use them. And if it's
Fair.
for a different reason, there was a chance. So I think also if you're going to support your compatriots, who your representatives, if you will. I think if you can also like try to really get a solid idea of how they play, or it can also be they play a lot of different ways, but they want to play a particular way with their team, and try to respect that and support it. Um, I think that's one of the best ways you can contribute as somebody who's sitting on the sidelines, aside from helping with prep, because that's the bread and butter of a draft league. As long as you have a team, if you can do really good prep, you can win. So prep, arguably, most important aspects. If you can help them, uh,
Yes.
and go from there. So yeah, also during the draft, I was helping Vitor. We had a bit of back and forth. There were a few times where there was initially an opportunity to pick up somebody, but the opportunity wasn't there until by the time it came around to him. Shockingly, though, I honestly am surprised he got Vino Cole. 16th,
Yeah, I
last
don't.
place.
He said he wanted it before the
Yeah,
draft, and it was just like, are you sure you want to build your team around that at 16th overall? It's not going to be there. And I'm
well,
pleasantly surprising. The 16th overall selection is a lot of people like it because back to backs, but it's incredibly hard to plan for your draft because you don't know what you're
hmm,
getting first. And in a slow draft, it kind of works because you get time. Like you can kind of not plan. You have your ideas of what goes around what. But when it comes down to your pick, you just kind of look around, see what's gone, and kind of start building from there. So, but it was
right,
just fortunate enough that he got what he wanted, and he has had success with weather in the past with T-Tar Excadrill, and did really, really well with it. So,
right,
one of the coolest things I see about this team isn't so much what the team can do; it's what I look at this team and I see the WPL. You know what I mean? Like I see a
yeah.
lot of these things on this team, and I go, Mamoswine, I remember was in the spotlight in season one. Klefki was in season two, I think it was. Did really well. Umbreon has been a
Even
staple every season.
yeah,
Rotom Fan just was one of the fan favorites last season. Just very unexpectedly drafted by me last season. Um, I think I got it last overall. Not last overall, but last round. I grabbed it because I knew nobody was looking at it. but
Right.
it just went off. It just did really, really well, and
True.
it was actually my kill leader on a team with Glacier. Can you believe that? Um,
Well, you did kind of give away that you almost never brought Glacier.
I think I brought it half the games. In the 4 weeks, I think I brought it 4 times, or
Mm,
brought it and didn't use it. So I think it came and didn't get
right.
used. But I see a lot of fun things. Scraggy, I remember had a for all my WPL members
Oh,
that
yeah.
are
Big
Scraggy was a fan
season.
favorite. Yeah, it was just it almost KO'd like it started KOing things that definitely had no business KOing. Like it was a lot of fun. So I see this team and I just kind of smile because it just reminds me of the history since we started. We haven't been around a long time, but I think we're a little over a year in with 5 seasons starting up
Yes.
right now, our fifth season. So I just kind of smile, except for Dust Noir. That thing needs to die. When he picked that thing, I was just like, "What do you?" Okay,
This is how you know that I was talking to Vitor and Jay
I
wasn't,
hate it.
because
I hate
Dusknoir
it.
was my idea.
Why? But hey, you know what? We wouldn't really be an unbiased source if we didn't get into some of the synergy on this team. So, Klefki obviously being the screen setter prankster is very cool with Rain Dance. I think one of the things he wanted on this team was a Swift Swim user, and just
Yeah.
didn't end up getting it. That might actually be in the cards for a free agent move. Who knows? But I know that Umbreon is probably going to be the core when it comes to just support and defensive
Hmm.
wall on both sides of the spectrum, defense and special defense. But obviously, you have the Sun with Chlorophyll, Venusaur, and Solar Power Heliolisk. I thought that was a really cool move for his last move at the draft. It just kind of like added an extra mode, and it also
Yeah.
Heliolisk having the support that it does with E-Web and Eerie Impulse and things like that is I thought it was a really cool move, and it didn't add too much when it came to weaknesses and overlap.
Yeah. I would say also a cool thing. You mentioned the support potential and the offense potential. What would suck if you're running a Sun mode is if you uh, are on Focus Sash and you're losing HP due to the
The Sun,
Sun
yeah,
being up, and you're not getting that much use of the extra damage. You could keep your Focus Sash intact with. Well, okay, if you're going Sun, you can't go Dry Skin because the Sun will damage you. But a
yep.
big counter to Sun is Rain. So a lot. We do also have a couple of Rain teams. You could always go Dry Skin, adding. Not only does Heliolisk not really add to already existing weaknesses in particular, you've got a potential water immunity with Dry Skin.
Which is so valuable. Like I think any immunity or absorb moves or abilities, Storm Drain I see as well.
Yeah.
Flash Fire is always really cool. I think those are very, very undervalued abilities, and just completely eliminating a type of a move off of somebody else, it just gives so much more. So I think immunities are just always, and not to mention with the normal type on Heliolisk gives you a ghost immunity as well.
Mm.
So very, very cool things. If there was one thing, I know he really wanted a nice ground type and he got it in Mamoswine, but I do think that Gastrodon is a really cool mon. I think Gastrodon can potentially be moved because
Mm.
I don't think like Storm Drain's a really cool ability, but really the only thing you're supporting is your Torkoal that has the sun up already for the most part, unless it's changed. So you're already getting a 50% decrease on those water attacks. And Mamoswine, like okay, I guess. But I just think in the B tier, you can definitely make a move. And in my opinion, knowing
Mm.
Vitor as well, having experience with Darmanitan, I can see that being just swap in, swap out, or swap out, swap in with Darmanitan. I can see it being very, very strong, especially in a Sun mode with 140 attack, stab, Flare Blitz. I think could just be so much damage on this team.
I love power. So already in support of that, but even like in the non-Dynamax format, like all right, the damage output from Darmanitan's base 140 power already crazy. You have
Hmm.
Flare Blitz base 120 power, really friggin' strong. Uh, then you get a Life Orb boost, but it has a 10% chance to burn. So then you have the Sheer
Sheer
Force
Force.
boost,
Yeah.
adding a Sun boost on top of that.
Whole wow.
Mama, over.